Tonight, this cross-state rivalry writes its final act in the masterpiece that is the battle for the Bourbon Barrel. It's winner-take-all in this Battle of the Bluegrass Classic to decide whether the barrel stays in Lexington for another season or it'll take a trip back up to I-64 in Louisville. It's Game 3 between Kentucky and Louisville, and it's coming up next. We welcome you back inside the barn to the Lexington Ice Center for the final game in this regular season series in the Battle of the Bluegrass and the battle for the Bourbon Barrel between the 3rd-ranked Kentucky Wildcats and the 13th-ranked Louisville Cardinals. It'll be Rob Lagler dropping the puck at center ice. It'll be LaRue and Carl. As the capacity crowd is on their feet, and we are underway here in Lexington as the loose puck is sent the length of the ice by Carl Drew. It'll be picked up by Tim Burke. He'll chip it up towards Rodriguez, who can't handle it, but LaRue will pick it right up, finds Noel at center ice, and Noel is poke checked by Drew, but gets back to it first. It's pinned to the boards. Noel trying to smack it back down, but it's picked up by McDonough, and it's sent to the inside where Beeman will pick it up and almost got drilled by Rodriguez. It's dumped in by Costa as Tim Burke takes a hit into the boards. Still in the Louisville attacking zone. Here's Costa looking across on a one-timer out of the paint from Carl. It's saved by Cutler. Here comes Kentucky the other way. Face off to the left at the Giacomo. One off to the side as Quinn couldn't get a handle on it. It's cleared out by the Cardinals. Picked up by Tim Burke over in the far corner. He'll stand behind Cutler as Morgan approaches. Dumped off to Chabot, racing down the near side. He'll throw the brakes on. Up to Tim Burke at the point. Across to D'Amico. Up to Burke. Back over to Chabot. He'll look across for D'Amico. Turns and fires and scores! The captain scores one on the power play. D'Amico, 17th of the season. And the Cats go up by 1. Face off to the left of the Giacomo. The Cats on a 4-on-3 power play for the next minute 17. Here's D'Amico, far side. Tim Burke to Kyle Burke. He'll turn and fire to look for Chabot at back door. It just missed him. Tim Burke, cross to D'Amico in the face-off circle. Down low for Chabot. He'll bring it up top. Back down towards D'Amico. Up to Tim Burke. He'll shoot one off the blocker of the Giacomo. Kept in by Burke. Played behind to D'Amico. He'll cut through the zone. Across to Kyle Burke. He'll shoot and score! Kyle Burke with his 3rd of the season. A power play goal, and it's 2-0 Kentucky. So Carl will sit for a hold, so he'll be at 2 minutes and a whistle. And, yep, that's how we're going to call this. So it's a Louisville power play now as they take over. Here's Costa, Beeman. Back to Costa. He'll turn and fire, and he scores! Tried to look in the slot for Carl, who had his back turned. That was the same way they scored their first goal last night. Here comes LaRue, putting the Jets on. Wheels right, shoots one. That's just over top of the blocker hand of the Giacomo. It's loose out front. Here's Rodriguez shooting and scoring! Roddy gets him one. His 2nd of the season, and Kentucky stretches a lead back to 2. And even an appearance by Vince Marrow from the UK football team, Reed Shepard, and a couple of the Kentucky basketball players are in attendance. Kentucky will be going right to left on your screen. Cats in white, Cards in black. And we are underway for period 2 as the Cards control the faceoff. Cortapella got a stick on it as Underwood got it back to Cortapella, who dumps it in the zone. Oborn. Bolte stands behind his own net as he's getting harassed by Costa. Kyle Burke plays it back towards Laube. Laube has it deflect off of Williams. Delaney racing in. Gathers the puck, getting shoved away. He's got Cortapella loose. Here's Laube shooting one, that's saved. Another attempt and scores! Laube on the rebound. Kentucky leads 4-1. Let's fucking go, Jake! Face off now to the right of Brzezinski. One off to the side by LaRue. Dumped in by Knoll. All the way over to the far corner as Williams picks it up. Grabbed by Burt. Now here comes LaRue. LaRue to Knoll, and one touch and scores! Jack Knoll scores his 3rd of the season. A shamrock of a goal, and it's 5-1 Kentucky. And finally cleared by Louisville. Dumped in by Kyle Burke. Cats had to touch up and get onside. Shredders looking across for Duncan and just missed him as Zima gets the puck in deep. Centered up in front. Turned over. Here's D'Amico as Malay tries to cut him off. Left behind for Chabot. Side of the faceoff circle. Picked up by Laube. He'll turn. He'll fire and scores! A second one for Jake Laube. His 8th of the season. 6-1 Kentucky. Try to stay in it. They'll control the opening 3rd period faceoff. Beeman to Drew. As deflected wide around the boards as the Cats trying to dig it out. Chabot try to get it away from Carl. Beeman back towards Carl. He'll cut inside. He'll shoot one that's just wide. As Quinn takes a spill. That one fired off a high stick. Rice still recovering from his ankle surgery as Shredders. Woo! Had that attempt a one-timer as, woo, that was almost a bad pass. Here's Rodriguez. Turns. Lets a deflection for D'Amico and scores! One more for good measure. D'Amico 2nd, throwing the L's down. D'Amico's 18th of the season. It's 7-1 Kentucky, and you can put this one on ice. One back to Holtz. He'll play it up through the neutral zone. He'll go the length of the ice. Icing is waved off. Back-to-back wins over Louisville. Back-to-back bourbon barrels for Kentucky. Kentucky beats Louisville 7-1 as the Bourbon Barrel stays in its rightful home after losing Game 1 in September to Louisville. Kentucky claims the trophy. What a shot